We have done our project for SQLite. We used SQLite database for our SQL connection. But let us now see how to use the same project and configure it for connectivity to MySQL database. The procedure is very simple, but there are two problems that I noticed. One problem that I noticed, the first problem that I noticed is that Oracle has not yet updated their MySQL EF Core DLL. They have not yet updated this DLL as on the date of recording of this tutorial. They have not updated for .NET 6. Although we are now using Visual Studio 2022 with .NET 6, so they have not yet uploaded. So we will have to run our project with .NET 5. So if possible, you should use Visual Studio 2019. But if you want to use Visual Studio 2022, then you should use .NET 5 for this project. So let me start straight away first of all with what I mean by that. Come to, this is the project that we have already created, your this doctor profile, etc. This is configured for connectivity to SQLite, and this is the database db project.db. This database is file based and all the data is stored in a file contained in your project itself. Now come to your project, Razor app properties, and here we should make sure that the target framework is .NET 5.0. .NET 5.0, it should not be .NET 6.0. So this is the precaution that you will need. But after a few months, when these upgrades are available from Oracle, because these are provided reliably by Oracle, once they are available, then you can use .NET Framework 6.0. So this is the first thing that you will need, and the second thing that you will need is that your MySQL should be running. It should be available to you, and in my case I have created it in my local computer, so it runs on localhost as most of our developers they do. So you should first of all ensure that it is running and available. So this is my MySQL 8.0 command line client, and I can enter my password for localhost for local connectivity, and we can verify that server version is this one, community server, and it is running. Any SQL will work, there is no problem at all, but it should be available to you and it should be running on your machine. This is very important thing. And the second thing is that you must have your password, your user ID, and of course localhost will be there. These all things should be ready with you before you start this connectivity. So okay, let us now begin doing it. There are only a very few changes that you will need. The first thing that you will need is that you will come to your startup.cs file, and let us have a look at that file. There, if you remember, we have a configure services method, and there we added this option to use SQLite. But now we will remove this option or comment it out so that we start using MySQL. Before using MySQL, we will need to add a NuGet package for it. So let us do that first before we go any further. So come to your tools and NuGet packages for solution. Come to browse, type here MySQL and allow it to search. Now this is MySQL.data by Oracle. You should select this one because there will be many Pomelo also, others also, but we are going to use this one because we find that these are all very standard ones. So 8.0.27, make sure that this is selected for your case. Once you select this, this is MySQL data.mysql client.net. This is not yet updated. This is not updated for .NET 6. It will work only in .NET 5. Select it and install. Let the installation complete. Accept anything. And once the installation completes, let us come to the Solution Explorer to verify that our dependencies, it contains MySQL.data package. So this is the only major problem that you have to solve. Next, let us now comment this line and include the connection string for our MySQL. The best way is to use a MySQL connection builder. This is configure services. I will try if I have MySQL dot data dot MySQL client dot MySQL connection string builder. So I will basically need a connection string builder, MySQL connection string builder. So select this one, is equal to new, and this. Now actually we could have simplified it like this also, removed this part and removed this part and entered alt enter. I'm using this will get added at the top, and I will write here connection string is equal to this one. Now I can add the properties. The properties I will add are user ID is equal to my user ID. I have kept as HOVEN. This has already been created. This account has already been created at the time of installation. Password, I think it's kept as root only. And then your server location, something like that. Server is equal to 127.0.0.1. So these are the thing, and one more thing is required, the name of the database that you want. You can give any name. I am giving my database. Any name you can give, it will be automatically created because we are using code first approach. So everything will be created on MySQL automatically for you. You have to give the name of your database and all these particulars. So once this is done, let us make it commented and write here options, go to option dot use my SQL. So I will again sync my mouse here and click alt enter to see what suggestions are possible. So it is wait, con dot connection string use SQLite. I think there is some problem. Let us go back to NuGet package manager, and we have probably missed some. I'll browse it once again. MySQL, this is the one we installed and it is not working, so you will have to check. Let us have a look at by Oracle. This version is the one we will need. So let us add this one. Take note of this, MySQL.Entity Framework Core by Oracle. So Entity Framework Core is what we need. Let us get it installed. See, select here and you will see this install. I accept. So take note of what I am doing and come to the installed. In the installed list, now you can see in the installed list that this is for SQLite that was already there. This web code generation, you should ensure that it is there, and this one we added by mistake. This is not the one that will work, but it is MySQL.Entity Framework Core that will work. So this is one we require because we are using Entity Framework Core. And let me remove this. I will select this one and uninstall. So now let us verify what is installed. Now we have 3 of them. You do not need SQLite, but I have retained it. So MySQL.Entity Framework Core by Oracle. So now let us check .use MySQL. Now you will see that the option comes. It comes without any effort. So what I have with me is, this is my connection string. This connection string is passed as a parameter. So this is builder, and const string will give me the string equivalent of that. So this is the only thing that we needed. Now take care of these NuGet packages. This I will remove so that it doesn't confuse. I'll remove it, uninstall, and now let us build and rebuild it. Ensure that it succeeds. One succeeded and it succeeds now. So I'm doing it absolutely live with you. So this one and these two are required, and with this the things will work. Now it will not connect to SQLite, it will connect to SQL. Now let us run this project to see. So this project opens and let us register. I will register a doctor, a different name I will register, abc@gmail.com, and click on register. abc@gmail.com. User ID and password are same. Sign in, and you can see that I will enter anything for the general bio. Click update, it updates. And now let us try to update profile picture also. Choose file, I'll pick any picture and click update. Fatal error, it fails. There is a reason why this has failed, and let me close this and take you to the reason for its failure. Come to the Solution Explorer. The failure can be seen in the module where we were trying to edit the profile of the doctor and trying to upload the picture. And where were we trying to upload the picture? The models, doctor profile. So let us have a look at a possible problem. This is the field that caused the problem. The solution is that MySQL has certain problems with the string data type. This problem is not with SQLite, but with MySQL you need to specify the data type of the column. So you will add type name is equal to long text. This gives the data type of the column for your MySQL. So once this is there, then everything else works fine. There is absolutely no problem at all. So take care of these minor things, because whenever you migrate, some minor things will always be there. A bit search here and there will always help you out. Let us log in. We logged in as abc at gmail.com and click on sign in. And now let us come to the general bio, choose file, select the picture, click update. It's still not coming, some problem is still showing up. Wait. So we have seen that the problem still occurs, and I'll see that this problem is there. Why? Because database was already created without long text. If you remember, we modified this later on. Ideally we should have used migrations, but we modified it later on, so we will have to drop the database and then recreate it. So I will now open the console. This is the MySQL console that I open. I will have to remove the database. The command is drop database. The database was, I think, my database, and I will put a semicolon because statements must be ended with a semicolon. Query OK, 4 was affected, so this means we have done it rightly. And now let us come to here. Or the other alternative was that I should have actually altered the table. But anyhow, ABC, because that is what is the recommended way, at least from my side, that whenever you have, so I will register, paste, sign in. Now general bio, update, and now you will see that the profile picture will get updated. So this is how it works. Now you can make any changes. That all now goes to MySQL database. Put anything, and here we had this clinic and specialization, I think. This one, update. So everything is updated. Now let us sign out and register as a patient. Patient is def at gmail.com. I am a patient, register, sign in, and now search a doctor. Please choose. So this is okay. Pay fees and consult. Click here, explain the problem, and then click save. This also let us check if it is working. Report, click save. So now there is a problem with this also. Data too long for column patient upload. So let us visit that also. Come to your Solution Explorer. This is probably consultation. For patient upload. So here is a problem. So let us have a look at what is wrong here. This must be long blob. So we will come to see how we did that. This is, and here you should set the data type as long blob. Oh no, wait, patient upload. So this is what requires a modification, and now I will build it. So in this case we need to come back to our database. Either we will delete the database or we will modify the column. This time I will take the approach of modifying the column. So use my database. This is the database, and now I can write the command alter table consultations, modify patient upload long blob. Table is consultations because it is picked from your this consultation pluralized from your DB set. That was plural. You can have a look at that. And then patient upload. This patient upload is the name of the column, and it is now being modified so that our database query OK, one row affected, and this means that we have succeeded. So I will do one thing. This was consultations. You can come to the Solution Explorer from the project context. These are the names of the tables. So now let us run this to see whether the things work okay or not. So login as DEF. Thank God I remember the user ID. This whole is absolutely live. Add more. So everything worked so far. Explain the problem, upload a report, and now we will hope that the things work. Yes, they have done okay. And this is how you should see. This video is very instructive. Download report. This means that things have worked perfectly okay for us. So this is the complete migration that is possible, and